Hi YouTube, this is Frugal Millennial, and on this episode of We Love Wednesdays, I'm going to show you how I got this Prius C for free. Before we start, please gently tap the like button and subscribe to my channel. This is going to be a short video, so make sure to stay till the end. I haven't done a video on the stock market in a while, and someone on Instagram asked me 2 months ago on whether I traded in stocks. And the answer is yes, I do. I've been a long-term investor for over 10 years now, and I accidentally became a day trader last year. And now I'm a swing trader because day trading is so stressful. Last year, as the outbreak started to pick up in February, I started to sell off my shares and put it into gold and long-term deposit. I didn't want to take money out of my investment, and simultaneously I didn't want to miss out on buying into the dip of the stock market. So I took advantage of Commonwealth Bank's share trading platform called Commsec. You can basically trade stocks without using any money.
$0.
I'm not sure whether any other banks do this, but Commsec definitely has one of the most competitive brokerage fees. It seems like a product placement here, but no, I don't work for them. Let's delve into how this actually works. Like a lot of online platforms run by major banks in Australia, when you buy shares or securities, settlement occurs 2 business days after you have traded the shares. This is either through buying or selling. This is a picture depicting how settlement works. T is the day you trade the stock or security. This is either buying or selling your stock or security. T plus 1 is the day after you made the trade. T plus 2 is 2 business days after you made the trade when the money is exchanged, or commonly known as settlement day. If you bought shares, you have to ensure that enough money is in the bank account before 8 AM on T plus 2 for the bank to directly debit the money out of your account. If you sold your shares, you'll be credited with the money. If you bought your shares or security and sold it on the same day or a day later, Commsec actually calculates the net loss or profit and debit or credits you with that net amount on settlement T plus 2. Like most trade accounts, you have to pay a brokerage fee for buying and selling the share, but you don't have to pay for the borrowing of the funds during the time you hold the shares. For example, if I bought shares for $5,000 and they went up by 20% in a day, I would have $6,000 worth of shares. If I then sold this on T plus 1, the bank will work out the difference, which is $1,000, and subtract the brokerage fee of $19.95 for buying the shares and $19.95 for selling the shares. So in the scenario, I actually gained $960 and nothing came out of pocket. Had the shares gone down by $1,000, on settlement day I will have to pay $1,039.90 out of pocket. I also have to make sure I had the money before 8 AM on settlement day. It was pretty risky had the share dropped dramatically during this time, so I made sure I had enough liquid cash to pay for any losses. And to be honest, I only had a couple $1,000s. In addition, if the trading went into halt, it meant that I had to take my money out of my term deposit before maturity or trade my money out of gold in order to cover the buying of these shares. This is definitely not for the faint-hearted. So I was trading within a safe amount of funds. I began trading with a few $1,000s, and as my buffer increased, I was trading with tens and thousands of dollars. I was trading with stocks that were volatile with high trading volume, as I wanted to be as liquid as possible so I could easily move my money out. Since everything was speculative, I went with stocks that were driven up by mum and dad investors, such as Afterpay, which went from $9 to the $150 mark in the space of a year. And for those who don't know about the Australian stock market, Afterpay was the bomb. You would see intraday increases of 20 to 30% for Afterpay, and for ages it didn't seem like Afterpay was slowing down. I also dabbled in Adair's, Cochlear, just to name a few, but mostly Afterpay because of the large volatility. Overall, I had more good days where I made net gains, but there were some bad days. On average, I would say there were about 90% good days versus bad days, and the bad days seem to be mainly contributed by Cochlear. In a space of 4 months, I was able to make enough money to buy a 2016 Prius C. And you're probably thinking, you're the frugal millennial. Why would you not reinvest this into stocks or put it towards property? Well, my old trustworthy 2001 Toyota Echo died, and I was just looking around at cars and found this car below the market value. We bought it around $15,000, and it was meant to be around at least $17,000 at the time. For those who don't know, Prius C is the poor man's equivalent of Tesla, but it is super economical and great for the environment. In hindsight, I would have done it better if I just took out my money out of my term deposit and just put everything into Afterpay. You'll be glad to know that I did eventually take my money out of my term deposit and put it into stocks in the second half of 2021. After I quit my job, I became a proper day trader and used platforms that had leverages to trade. I did this until early this year, after which my focus shifted more towards secure blue chip stocks and ETFs. I'm also moving my portfolio into the international shares with a more America-centric portfolio to take advantage of the strong Australian dollar and the fact that American stocks does better overall compared to the Australian stock market. In addition, I'm putting some funds into Voyager, which, if you saw my last video, doubling value in the space of 3 years. My goals right now are more long-term. I'm doing lots of research on financials of the company and reading up on income statements, balance sheets, and cash flows. In short, I'm not only a property investor, I also invest in shares. But I don't talk about it as much as I am still learning, and I don't proclaim to be an expert. There are some really good share traders out there. I highly recommend you visit Cal, who is a Canadian share investor, and he has a channel called Financial Journey. Anyhow, that's it of this short and sweet video. I hope you liked it. Until next time, thanks for watching.